Hey, this is Tommy here again, and today we will be talking about how much to pay on narrators and my 7 tips for 2020 and beyond regarding payment to narrators. So today we are going to start with tip number 7. So tip number 7 is the payment, the price. So I would actually recommend paying $50 to $100 per finished hour. So since we are talking about paying the narrator, I'm assuming that you want to go for the per finished hour, so we are going to talk about that. And if you ask me really quickly, do I recommend royalty share or per finished hour? Definitely per finished hour. So you pay them based on the project and not pay them a royalty based off the 7 years that you have for the next 7 years after they have narrated your books, because it's gonna cost you a lot more money. So I would much rather invest the money up front, unless you're really tight on cash and you want to explore ACX and all these kind of things. And yeah, I just don't recommend that. I would much rather you go and work a part-time job and then pay them per finished hour. So tip number 7 is to actually pay them $50 to $100 per finished hour. I would maximum push until $150 per finished hour for 2019, for 2020, I'm guessing. So beyond $100 per finished hour is pretty much expensive for me, especially when I'm doing more books and I want to scale it up. The cost, all this little cost is going to add up to quite a bit. So I would much rather stay to $50 to $100 per finished hour. So tip number 7 is the price. How much should you price it at? My recommendation is $50 to $100 per finished hour. So tip number 6 is to actually see the track record. And how do you do that? You can actually copy and paste the name of your narrator, of the narrator who is proposing themselves for your books on audible.com, and you can see which are the books that they have actually narrated before. So tip number 6 is to actually look at their track record, look at their past work, and then you can click on the samples. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What are the voices that are more suitable for your project right now? And so see the track record. This will give you a lot of context of whether this person is it really the one that you want, right? So see the track record. Number 5 is to listen to samples. I'm saying this because a lot of people like to have the shortcut, like to have the quick way, so they don't even listen to the samples. I do listen to the samples really quickly though. It's like and I can like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. The voice, okay, this is good. So listen to the samples when they send you the samples, or when you're hiring them, also listen to their samples. Is the voice really what you want? And even if the voice is what you want, you have to make sure that the post editing, it is something that is reasonable, somewhat reasonable. It doesn't have to be the top notch, but it has to be a standard that ACX will allow, and readers listens to it and they are going to be like, this is pretty good, this is decent. So tip number 5 is to listen to samples. So tip number 4 is that you can actually use UpWork to hire narrators. So not many people talk about this, not many people know this. In fact, I'm the only one I hear talking about this. So you can actually hire narrators on UpWork inexpensively, $50, $100 per finished hour. You can get it at cheaper rate actually, but I always want to keep the minimum amount at $50 so that I'm not that confused, right? So hire on UpWork if you want to hire out of ACX. And even if you want to publish on Authors Republic, if you want to publish on Findaway Voices, you can actually still hire on ACX and then download the files over there. So yes, hiring on UpWork is an option for you. Tip number 4, if you are interested in it, if you want to explore like me. So have I done it? Yes, I have done it. I have quite a lot of audiobooks that are made from UpWork people. And so yeah, and tip number 3 is to hire them at a hire them section, or whatever section it is on ACX. So go after them, don't wait for them to actually send proposal to your audiobooks. So in that way, you can actually get the narrators who are always busy. And when people are good, they are always busy, right? When they are not good, they are always free. They are always free to send you the samples. So I'm not saying that all the samples that you receive are bad. It is just that go after them, go after the good ones, and then just search. You can filter a lot of things, right? When you want to hire them on the ACX platform, you can actually filter them based on the per finished hour rate, on the country as well, the language, the male, female, the voice, the tone, and whatever it is that ACX allows you to filter them. So definitely filter them, hire them, don't wait for them to come. It's the same logic when you're hiring on UpWork. So go after them, don't wait for them to come after you. So tip number 3 is to hire them on the ACX section. So tip number 2 this is something again that nobody talks about, and I talked a lot about the previous videos also, is to keep a good relationship with them. So what I mean by that is that when you pay them, usually it's pay via PayPal, right? If you are hiring on ACX. So it is important that you keep all these email addresses inside Excel sheet or Google sheet, so you have a track record of who are the good ones. And if they are not good, I would also put it in and just put a comment that they are not that good, so I know who not to hire, right? Because I don't want a narrator to just narrate one book for me. If they are good, why not narrate all my books? Why not narrate more of my books, right? So at a few hundred audiobooks, it's impossible for one to narrate everything, but it is common for me to have one narrator narrate 10 books or more. And so make sure you build a good relationship. Don't screw up, don't scold them, please do not scold them. Just keep a good track record, and say thank you to them when you are paying them the money. Just say thank you for the hard work and whatever, so that when there are any error on ACX, they'll be more willing to help you as well. Although by right they are supposed to help you, if not you can get a refund from PayPal. So that's just my advice. Keep a good relationship with them. It will help you a lot. It will make your whole experience more pleasant as well. So number 2 is build good relationship. Number 1, and this is the most important, without this I think the other 6 points doesn't matter, and it is to be flexible. So flexibility, so this is another intangible, another mindset thing, if you want to call it a mindset thing. So be flexible. For last year, the per finished hour could be $30 to $50, and there will still be quite a lot of people. And right now, you don't even have the option anymore in ACX. There was one option that is below $50. So right now, I believe it is $50 to $100 minimally. So things are always changing, it's always transforming, it is always getting better if you think it's getting better, or it's getting worse if you think it's getting worse. So just make sure that you are flexible enough, that you know what's going on, you are updated, and you are with the right community of people who are sharing and going after the correct things. And so be flexible in your approach. So that's the 7 tips that I have for you today. So just to recap, number 7 is to pay them $50 to $100 per finished hour. So number 6 is to see the track record. You can copy and paste the name into Audible and see the track record. Number 5, listen to their samples. Number 4, you can use UpWork to hire if you want to. Number 3, hire them, go after them, don't wait for them to come after you. So number 2 is to build good relationship, very important. And number 1, very, very important, is to be flexible in your approach. So that's all that I have for you today in this video. What do you think about this video? Have you benefited from this? Leave in the comment section below what you think, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.